Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to do a quick overview of the structure of your Google Drive. We're going to start off over on the left-hand side with the Create button, and this is what you'll press to create a new folder, one of the Google file types such as a document, presentation, spreadsheet, form, or drawing, or to connect more apps, which allows you to store their files in your Drive so that they're organized and accessible. Next to the Create button is the Upload button. This is what you'll use to upload different file types into your Drive. Under these buttons are the different menu items for accessing files within your Drive. First of all, you have the My Drive button. You'll notice that it indicates that I'm looking at My Drive right now because the words are highlighted in red. My Drive includes all files that you have created or uploaded, or ones that you have physically moved into your Drive after someone has shared them with you. I can see everything in my Drive by clicking on it, and I can use this little arrow over to the left-hand side to pivot it down to see the hierarchical organization of my Drive within folders and subfolders. I'm just going to collapse this so I can show you the other menu items here. The next one you have is Shared with Me. Shared with Me contains anything that has been shared with you by others. The owner of the file's name is displayed over on the right-hand side adjacent to the document, and you can organize these folders into your Drive if you want just by putting a little check in the box over to the left of the document and then going up to the buttons that appear at the top and either adding it to your general Drive, or you can choose a specific folder by clicking on the Folder button. Also over on the left, you have the starred items, and these are kind of items that you've favorited. You can favorite an item or star it by clicking on the star next to the document, and by clicking on it again, it removes it from the starred menu. Also on the left are your recent documents. I find this to be really helpful, especially when I'm in the process of working on a file, because these are items that you've either last opened or edited, and you can find them relatively quickly. The next menu option you have is your trash. You can move things into your trash, but you need to know that it is a two-step process to permanently remove files here. Once you put them in your trash, you'll have to physically empty your trash in order to permanently delete these files. Another menu option you have are All Items. All Items is really a compilation of My Drive and Shared with Me. So if you're not sure exactly where you had something, All Items would be the place you would want to look. Now, finding items in Drive can be very easy using the search bar at the top. The search bar at the top looks for things that are located in your Drive. They do not look for items that were shared with you and haven't been moved to your Drive. So if I'm looking for something in my Drive, I'm just going to use the word Drive here. I'll notice that a couple of different files pop up automatically underneath here, but that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to use the Enter button to get more options for things or files that I'm looking for here. Now, I am specifically looking for a presentation, so in order to find just presentations, I can use this little arrow over here, which gives me a drop-down box where I can choose different file types to narrow my search. So I'm looking for presentations here, and I notice that only presentations pop up that have Drive. If I want to remove this filter, I just check the little X there and it goes away. If I want to look for something that has been shared within our BPS 101 organization, I need to put Drive back in here, but I need to go over to my arrow and I need to go down to the very bottom and search bps101.net. So if something hasn't been specifically shared with you but has been shared with all of our organization, that's where you'll need to go to find the document. As far as sorting goes in your Drive, you can sort things by title, and you'll notice that now that's highlighted in red because they're alphabetically listed by title. You can sort things by owner, last modified, last opened by me, or you can go over here and you can choose other options, last modified, last opened. I like to keep last modified as the way to sort things, just because the things that I last worked on are typically the items that I'm looking for. Also in your Drive, you can choose to view things by list, which is what I have here, or you can choose to view them by grid, which gives you just a little thumbnail preview of what the document or folder looks like. I like list view because it's a little bit more compact for me. You can also change the way you view your Drive by going over to settings, and if you're using Chrome, you can display things in a comfortable manner, which kind of spreads them out a little bit, a cozy manner, which moves them slightly closer together, or compact, which again, in my opinion, gives you the best bang for your buck because you have a lot more files listed here. The newest addition to the Google Drive navigation is this Details and Activity button. If you'd like to see the details and activity for a specific part of your Drive, you would click the Details and Activity button. This shows all of the activity within my Drive, including moving and removing of files, renaming, uploading, sharing and unsharing, or editing and commenting. If I'd like to see the activity on a specific file, I would just put a check mark next to that particular file, and the activity would show information specifically about that file. Also, if I'd like to see the details of that file, I'll get a little preview, as well as the sharing, visibility, who it belongs to, and where it's located in my Drive. This information can be very useful when you're working in a collaborative workspace like Google Drive. Well, that's pretty much an overview of your Google Drive structure. I hope you found this information useful. Thanks for watching.